Hello there guys and welcome back to another video. It's TeamScorer here, and today I'm here with another predictions video for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe-Booster Course Pass, predicting Wave 4. Now you may be thinking, wait, he's already done a predictions video on Wave 4 of the DLC. Well, that predictions video, I wasn't too keen on my predictions in my other Wave 4 predictions video. That was more so of what I wanted rather than logical predictions, and I think it would be better if I did that video again and this time made the most logical predictions possible. So today I'm going to be using Datamined information and just logical tracks to be in Wave 4 in general to predict Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass. Anyways, let's get into the Fruit Cup. Kicking off the Fruit Cup, we have Amsterdam Drift from Mario Kart Tour. Currently, every cup in the DLC has started off with a city track from Mario Kart Tour, so naturally, putting a city track in this slot makes perfect sense as well. And the main reason I chose Amsterdam Drift is because it is a very spring-like track, and since this wave will be releasing in either March or April, I think this is the perfect track to kick off that wave. Not only does it have tons of trees, windmills, sunshine and more, but it also has tons of spring things like flowers and bushes and plants and just all sorts in general. So I think that this track would be the perfect track to start off the DLC, and this is also one of two city tracks Datamined for Wave 4. The second track of the Fruit Cup, we have a fan favourite track from Mario Kart Wii, of course being DK Summit, and this track is really cool. You're racing down a giant snowy mountain which seems to be a ski resort owned by Donkey Kong. Not only can you jump off of ramps, do half-pipe stunts and more, but this track would work perfectly in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, since tracks like Merry Mountain and Maple Treeway, which came in Wave 3 of the DLC, has half-pipes. So this one would work perfectly, and any other half-pipe tracks in general that have half-pipes. But this would be a really good track to see, and I think it has a high shot at getting into Wave 4. The third track of the DLC is the final track from Mario Kart DS, and I was tied between DS Luigi's Mansion, DS Delfino Square and DS Airship Fortress. But in the end I went with DS Airship Fortress, as it is probably the most likely to make it into the DLC. And this has a perfect aesthetic. Airships. Bowser owns lots of airships, and personally I think that this is sort of a Bowser track as well, but it's not at the same time. But overall, Airship Fortress is definitely a fan favourite in the DLC, and I'll be very sad if it didn't get in. But personally I think that it will be our final DS track coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'd be very happy if it did. The final track of the Fruit Cup is a Nitro track from Mario Kart Tour. This track has had lots of assets Datamined for it, including Shy Guys, Flower Rings and more. So this leaves many people to believe that the final track of the Fruit Cup will be a track based off of Yoshi's Island, which means that we'll be getting a Yoshi's Island track. And this is in my opinion really cool. I like how they're mixing in tons of brand new and Nitro tracks with retro tracks in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, and a Yoshi's Island track just sounds so much fun with all the flower rings, Shy Guys and more that you'd have to avoid. And I think this track would be very cool. Now we're on to the first track of the Boomerang Cup. And for the first track of the Boomerang Cup, I have chose Singapore Speedway from Mario Kart Tour. This was Datamined for Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass alongside Amsterdam Drift. So since it was Datamined, this one is definitely coming into Wave 4 of the DLC alongside Amsterdam Drift. I've played this track on Mario Kart Tour, and this track is so much fun, and I can't wait to play on it again in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and see what they do with it. The second track of the Boomerang Cup is our first Mario Kart Double Dash track and GCN track in the DLC. Finally! And for this track I'm choosing Mushroom Bridge. Now Mushroom Bridge, the main reason I chose it is because it's a very simple track. And we may say we have similar tracks to this like Toad's Turnpike or Shroom Ridge, I think a lot of people want to see Mushroom Bridge return in the DLC, and this should be a nice starter track for Mario Kart Double Dash to get and receive. The third track of the Boomerang Cup is from Mario Kart Super Circuit on the GBA, and for this track I am choosing GBA Riverside Park. This track makes perfect sense to be in this cup of the DLC, and this wave of the DLC in general. It's a jungle track with loads of jungle things like vines, rivers, caves, waterfalls and more. And I think this is the perfect way to add this track into the DLC. And I personally have a gut feeling that Nintendo will add GBA Riverside Park into the DLC at some point. It's just an absolute given. The final track of Wave 4 is of course from Mario Kart Tour. And this is the first time that we get a city track at the tail end of the DLC. And for this track I am of course choosing Los Angeles Laps. This makes the most sense to come into Wave 4 of the DLC, and I can't see it being put anywhere else, since all the city tracks are going to be in the DLC by the time that the Booster Course Pass is over by the end of 2023. So this track is definitely going to be in Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass, alongside Amsterdam Drift, Singapore Speedway and others. And guys, that's going to do it for my updated Wave 4 predictions for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. What did you guys think of my predictions? What tracks would you put in Wave 4 of the DLC and the final waves of the Booster Course Pass? Let me know down in the comment section down below, and also make sure to subscribe. I haven't asked that enough. Anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope that we are able to get to 400 subscribers by February 6th. Let's hope we can do it. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!